Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy DisBearity here, and as always, we're coming back with another Total War block here on GorBad, our big orc boy here today. So, as you guys know, I am a little bit late, as usual, but, better to late than never, right? So, GorBad IronClaw, the brutal tactician. He's a legendary lord. Look at GorBad. I like his design. He honestly, he reminds me of, what do you call, what's that game series called? It reminds me of a character that should be in freaking Blood Bowl. There you go. I mean, he probably is in Blood Bowl for all I know, like looking at his armor here, right? So, infamous even among the orc war bosses, GorBad IronClaw rose to fame, leading his tribe on countless successful logs. It was also he first who built the Iron Rock, one of the most redoubtable orc fortresses in the old world. Conquering orcs and goblins was never a real challenge for him either. It was his many horrific deeds in the Empire that saw him elevated to legendary status among his own kind. Love it. And so, yeah, I will say that I do like his design. His design is really cool, though. Spectacular, honestly. Riding into battle top of this fierce warboar, Noria, GorBad charges through enemy lines with its devastating impact, then engages in brutal close combat with his mighty axe, Morglor the Mangler. As a frontline support specialist, he excels at both fighting and boasting nearby allies. With his fast speed, armor-piercing attacks, GorBad is deadly anti-infantry specialist, feared by even the toughest armored foes. Like the dwarves, he possesses the falling ability. What's interesting, a lot of legendary lords that part of this DLC are literally anti-infantry, which is pretty cool. So looking at his abilities here, the Great Leader. Passive ability, GorBad inspires all nearby friendlies, boosting their melee attack and melee defense. GorBad Boys actively increases the charge bonus. It significantly increases the base weapon damage of a targeted unit within range. And then the boss, it's called the boss as a plan. GorBad makes a unit within range unbreakable and increases their melee defense for a short duration, making sure GorBad's plan holds strong without a key component routing. The Morglor the Mangler activity, GorBad's signature axe greatly boosts his armor piercing damage for a short duration and increases his melee attack, turning him to a great dueler and anti-armor killing machine. So, campaign mechanics here. The plan. Take a look here. Smash, block and smash, arrow catcher, light them up, web weaving, GorBad Boys, and then we have block. Okay, so block smash up here. And it's looks like it's gonna cost some currency here, so they're gonna explain us what kind of currency and why, So, I feel it. So, a tenacious tactician, GorBad experiments with unique battle strategies through the plan. A mechanic that lets players devise new tactics, matching different units in their armies. This unlocks powerful bonuses such as abilities, attributes, stat boosts, and campaign perks. Lords can activate 1 to 3 tactics at a time depending on their rank. Players unlock new tactics by competing objectives related to each tactic, or by GorBad having a Eureka moment after he wins a number of battles. So Snagla Grobspit. This is a legendary hero. Oh, this is a goblin hero too. And he's on his mountain. Is that a shield? Yeah, it is a shield. Fighter shield. So Snagla Grobspit is a stealthy, cunning spider rider. He's good at using dense forest and canopy to his advantage. With speed and stealth, he and his band of spider riders slip through cover, launching surprise attacks from unexpected angles, often striking from the shadows where the enemies least suspect them. Fearless in battle, Snaglet charges head-on, using poisons or divas to wear down his foes over time. His ambush tactics and strategic positioning make him a lethal anti-infantry assassin, particularly effective against heroes. His fast, deadly strikes have secured him countless victories. So, he has 3 abilities like usual. Inventory of hatchlings. Snaglet summons a unit of spider hatchlings to assist him in battle, or cover his escape, but can only be used once. Spider attack active ability. Snaglet snares an enemy hero or lord with spider webs, preventing them from moving, and allowing Snaglet to easily attack them or run away. Sting or Snagla. Snagla throws his venom-tipped spear at an enemy lord or hero, dealing massive damage and debilitating them, decreasing their melee and attack and defense. Okay. Fang spikes. My God, my soul dyslexia is killing me, y'all. Snagla's deadly weapon enhances his charge, melee attack, and base weapon damage, providing a bonus when fighting infantry, ideal for situations requiring multiple assassinations. But then we have a new lord here, which is the Savage Orc Great Shaman, which is a lord, of course. Savage Orc Great Shaman is a living conduit of orc and work, wielding specific arcane might that they can't necessarily control, causing them to be a bit mad and prone to spasms of dance. Hailing from the savage tribes that fight with primitive stone weapons and shunned armor, these shamans are not sophisticated, but excel at any form of battle. Their raw strength and brutality make them dangerous foes in both small skirmishes and large wars. Then we have another one, a Night Goblin Big Boss hero. The Night Goblin Big Boss is a cunning and ruthless leader, second to only the War Boss. Smaller and more cowardly than other goblins, Night Goblins' natural psychotic tendencies make them fierce and unpredictable in battle, referring ambush tactics and using darkness to their advantage. Now we have Black Orcs, Axe and Shield, so that's really cool, a new addition to the Black Orcs. Black Orcs are the largest and toughest, most fearsome of all orcs, known for their dark green and black skin and grim temperament. With unmatched strength and resilience, they are the hardest unit to break in battle. Equipped with shields, and Black Orcs excel at front lines, holding their ground against the fiercest enemies. Arachnarok Spider Flingers. Their Arachnarok Spider Flingers are massive, nearly unstoppable predators equipped with light catapults that launch rocks at enemies, making them formidable pieces of monstrous artillery. Specializing in crushing infantry, they devastate enemy lines with ease, making them, or at least even without their artillery, these spiders are lethal single entity monsters capable of causing chaos in the battle. The Mangler Squigs. Now this is the unit here. Mangler Squigs are a chaotic pair of Great Cave Squigs chained together and driven to recklessly charge into enemy lines. They excel at fighting infantry and particularly effective against heavily armored foes. But due to their armor-piercing attacks uncontrollable and wild, they often go berserk, making them difficult to direct in battle. Then you have Colossal Squigs. These enormous spiritual monsters have insatiable appetites and essentially massive fleshy maws, like no scimitar-shaped teeth. As a single entity unit, they're formidable against infantry, unpredictable, and prone to berserk behavior. They can become uncontrollable at any moment. Additionally, they explode upon death, adding to their destructive nature. What the fuck? Oh man, looks like we have another unit that we've seen before, kinda. The Bolt Thrower. The Bolt Thrower is designed to effectively engage heavily armored targets due to a significant armor-piercing damage. Primarily functioning as an artillery piece, it excels in targeting large monstrous foes, particularly those with armor. Although the Bolt Thrower is relatively small compared to the other artillery units, it features multiple models, enhancing its overall effectiveness on the battlefield. So then we have Orcs and Goblins update. So they're going back to updating them again. So what has changed? Starsnick now has the same recruitment setup as the other Orcs and Goblins factions. However, his Orc recruitment building remain locked until his faction takes control of Crack 8 Peaks. Previously, Scarton had unique recruitment buildings across without access to Orc units, available only through Landmark Chain at Crack 8 Peaks. How does this work? When Scarsick captures the settlement, any buildings that would provide Orc recruitment options by this new condition will be demolished if he lacks control at Crack 8 Peaks. Once Scarsnick occupies Crack 8 Peaks, those Orc recruitment buildings become available, allowing him to recruit the associated units. However, Scarsnick faction later loses control of Kraut Apex, all Orc recruitment buildings across the settlement will be demolished. With control of Kraut Apex, Scarsnick can now construct the Orc recruitment chain in the settlement he owns, enabling the local Orc recruitment beyond just Kraut Apex. Okay, I get that. But that means that you have to really protect it, though. First thing you'll notice is that that campaign is that we moved his starting position to the Southland jungles. Okay, that's actually really cool. And Warzak buildings, new tier buildings, effigies of Gork and Work has been created exclusively for Warzak. This chain is available only at Savage Orc locations of Darkhold, Agrod, Maidal, Ashrig Mountains, in Ukrin, Galbrez, Gor Gazan, Jade Wind Mountain, Pahex, Statues of the Gods, Sun Tree Glades, the Bone Buchelin provides falling effects, lower the Wagzak cooldown, so a whole bunch of decent cooldowns and also effect. Okay. Kind of look, we can take a look at it here. Get a quick read. Now the scrap changes, of course. All scrap upgrades have been rebalanced in terms of both gameplay effects and cost. Units can now have multiple scrap upgrades, though each additional upgrade increases the cost. This introduces strategic choice and creates a super scrap army or spread resources across multiple armies for more balanced enhancements. Additionally, scrap gains have also been rebalanced to account for the increased number of purchase points, and full UI overhaul of the system has been made to make it more player-friendly system. All right, I like that too. And then let's see, our aim for the log groups is to empower you with additional choices of rewards with interacting with the feature. Firstly, we're increasing the number of units you receive from a successful completion. Secondly, after completing a log, you will receive a dilemma that gives you the option of choosing what units you receive, or instead get some other benefits such as treasure or scrap. As always, the stronger log target the tastier the options will be. This will be further improved via tech, which will allow you to get more elite units from the relatively weak WOG levels. You'll also notice WOG units now have their own dedicated recruitment pool rather than being included alongside regiments of renown. Then, of course, buildings here, we found that the current recruitment tiers for many orcs and goblin units didn't match the actual tier in units, so we reworked the recruitment chains. And other technologies such as goblins and orcs now having separate voting chains. So that's pretty similar to like the demons, you know, demons and also humans, you know, in that sense, for like Horn and other factions, yeah. So once again, they changed the technology tree to better go up with, you know, with current standards for the most part, make it more, you know, unique and also balance it out a little bit. And so, now, as always though, it's time for us to watch the gameplay over. So be back in a sec. Alright guys, and we're back here, and let's check it out.
Alpha footage of Owen to the Section. This was recorded months in advance, so there's still some placeholders in game. We're really hard at work right now and can't wait for you to get your hands on it at release.
I like how they use that same for each.
Funny, brutal, unrelenting.
Look out, GorBad IronClaw's rubbing some brain cells together and he's going to war.
He not only is big and strong and can really pack a punch.
Dude, that man looks like he's seen some shit.
Well.
Strength, smarts, and proper invasions. From Solon to Ostermark, the Empire best beware. The Ironclaw orcs have a plan.
Yeah, except not when I play the Empire, but
GorBad IronClaw once comatose a warboar with a headbutt. GorBad IronClaw once slayed an emperor. Infamous is too small a word for a war boss of such horrific deeds, and yet it is not his strength or cruelty that has earned GorBad his bloody reputation. No. GorBad possesses something his bone-headed brothers lack.
brains.
A brain.
Yeah.
Of course, I should clarify he's smart for an orc, which is to say on par with the average Bretonnian farmer. For example, Death Pass is one settlement away from being ours, and whilst we were driving the Skaven away from Blackcrack, some cheeky gobbos went and stole Iron Rock. Maybe that's more a me problem. Either way, it's a good thing GorBad instills undying loyalty. The Great Leader gives massive boons to GorBad's leadership stats, and opens up orcs are the best. And GorBad's War. Both abilities that tell me if hitting the enemy hard enough isn't working, I should buckle down, think about the situation, and hit them even harder. And what hits harder than squigs? Oh, lots of things, but we'll work towards building the squid cages to open up recruitment of the Night Goblin Big Boss and Mangler squids with mid-game goal of fielding a colossal squig. Or 5. Big squigs are it, that's what Mork always says. For now.
So it looks like you start out with was it a 10 tier, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? Yeah, 10 tier settlement or block settlement. Okay. That's actually pretty nice, pretty cool.
Now we use that big old brain and
so
get
like
some
that's
growth.
Blackcrack, okay.
Speaking of smart, some big brain humies with good words wrote a blog deep diving into all things GorBad. Like what you're seeing? Read it. If you can. Right. Let's keep
reading though. Who reads?
Out of Iron Rock. Can't hope to defeat the Empire if we can't beat a few stupid little gobbos.
GorBad himself is a very strong single entity unit that can really fight well, but also lead from the front and buff up his allies around him. What makes him different from other orcs is that he can actually think better than most of them, which helps him utilize some tactics that would be very uncommon for orcs. Utilizing
imagine if orcs started creating a successful society.
Goblins or arrows where is needed, and that can sometimes lead to winning battles that would otherwise have been lost.
We were inspired by GorBad's lore as this master tactician leading wars across the old world. To bring GorBad to life, we thought, well, we have to include this special, unique trait of GorBad, which is everyone is a useful part of his war machine, and he's going to use all of them in each special way.
Alright boys, here's the plan. Take Dwarf, build up it proper like, and launch invasion into the Empire. Let's not continue with that. We've consolidated Blood River and made tentative alliances with surrounding
eventually though,
tribes.
you will probably fight vampires eventually. Especially if they're 25 turns in, you still haven't attacked or got near the Empire, you're gonna most likely be fighting hordes and hordes of vampires, before you even get towards the Empire.
But we'll stamp him out on good time. Progress well made comes thanks to GorBad's plan. Through vigorous trial and error, GorBad has discovered that certain combinations of units assembled correctly, used in the right moment against the right enemy, makes the gits bleed good. Bolts and spears, spears get shot. Big uns and giants, big uns get squashed. Arrows and squigs, here we go. We're onto something, boys.
Find 'em up.
Look, I've trivialized GorBad's intelligence so far, and perhaps that was a bit unfair. He is, after all, the official 100th Legendary Lord. We've heard foolish claims from elsewhere, but can GorBad create dozens of combinations of units? No. Can Skulltaker combine 3 tactic slots per army? No. Only GorBad encourages innovative thinking, ultimately assembling mixed armies for specific purposes. GorBad's plans are loftier than what units to recruit, focusing on how
that might
combinations of units
kinda mess
interact
up
with
there.
each
Ooh.
other to create a
Have to
deadly
fix that.
synergy.
I'm over that.
100th Legendary Lord indeed.
The plan is an awesome mechanic because it offers a ton of different options for GorBad and his other armies. Using different types of units, combining them together.
You recruit a bunch of units. If you get the correct unit combination, you'll have a Eureka moment. You'll then unlock a new tactic. So the loop is very much
Eureka! Oh, I got
experiment with the
smarter.
units in your forces, have some Eurekas, and then make the best combination of tactics you can for each army. So you might end up with a different spider-themed army, or a goblin-themed army, or an orc-themed army across your whole campaign. And the whole idea is make a bunch of different bonkers brigades and have the best time.
We got a little carried away in Solent, but we've taken the Moot and Avalon, and we're teaching Elsbeth a thing or two about our smarts. With none next in line for a good brawling, we want every edge we can get. Thankfully, we've got an abundance of scrap. Hold up, scrap's looking a bit different. Acting different too. Oh, that's right. All scrap upgrades are balanced for their power level and cost. In the interest of player freedom, we can now both stack and replace scrap upgrades on units, allowing us to build
That's
our
good.
units tall or wide throughout our armies. For GorBad's army, we're prioritizing melee, so we can go tall for our assault on none. But scrap and big thinking might not be enough. Nunn's well defended and we don't want to lose momentum. Not when we're a squig step from Reichland. Time to call Awah! We'll gather the lads and raid the area for a few turns before beginning our assault. Like his
Gork
rival
or
Orc
Mork?
and Goblin Legendary Lords, GorBad has his own take on the Big War army ability, and whilst the bonuses are fairly standard, the length of his War is significantly longer. Furthermore, a successful War nets him additional units on top of the usual trophies. Longer War, more dead gits, proper smart, proper.
See, my Empire army would not get defeated by some goddamn orcs. I'm sorry to tell you. Me personally.
We really like the Orc and Goblin scrap mechanic. We think it's got some really cool flavor in there right now. But we thought, why not let you go further? So now you can have multiple scrap upgrades on your units. We've also created new scrap upgrades as well as doing a balance pass. So it's really in your hands. Do you do a bit of scrap on all your armies? Or do you scrap one army all the way up to the 9?
Now, what they just showcase, though, do they have different models with different scrap kind of variations? To like where if you have like fully upgraded scrap army, you'll like become fully armored or clad armor, something like that? Was that what they were kind of showing off there?
Ha! Stupid Hume running out from behind his wall. Smart to stay behind him. Who's dumb now? Don't know why Franz left the safety of Altdorf, but who cares? Now's our chance to prove we're better than everyone else. We did have dragged wagons tactics selected to keep our movement up as we toured the Empire, but for our attack on Karl, we will change up our plans. Shoot to run should do the trick. He's never gonna see this coming. Let's go, lads. Wah! Right, it's not enough just to win here. We need to crush them. Prove once and for all we ain't dumb. Best way to do that? Blast their heads off with the Savage Orc Great Shaman.
The Savage or Great Shaman brings awesome utility to every Greenskin Orc army because now they can have a lord that has access to the Big Wasp.
Okay.
Every big war needs big bolt throwers. Just another example of our superior smarts.
The bolt thrower is a new type of artillery, which is going to be quite useful against heavily armored targets because it offers a lot of armor piercing damage.
You know what they say? You don't need to worry about armor piercing if you aren't wearing armor. Yeah, let's go, Snaggler. Box him in. Let's squeeze the life out of them.
For Snaggler Grobspit, it's all about spiders and can also immobilize the enemy characters to assassinate them.
There's the subtle art of assassination, and then there's the subtle art of mounting a catapult on a giant spider. Either way, Carl's not getting out of this one.
Well, like I said, if it was Mark Carl, this would happen.
Offers the utility of having an artillery mounted on top of an Arachnarok spider.
I don't. Even though I know that it's like lore-wise that orcs and goblins they attack the Empire. I feel like they should showcase a little bit of vampire tendency too.
With all its gates
Or undead
cut off,
tendency.
it's time for the colossal squigs to flatten their way through the stupid, soft humans.
The Colossal Squig is the biggest squig you've ever seen. It's going to be amazing against enemy infantry and will probably be able to swallow whole enemy soldiers.
All guns target on that squid, bro.
Oh, the Humies are on the back foot. They're nothing against the Green Tide. Nothing. What? Ogres? That sneaky git. Carl's only gone and hired damn ogres to save him. Right, well, easy. Ogres.
Yeah, okay.
Bigger
Now that's
humans,
cool.
So...
That's cool. Oh,
Okay, what are we? Some kind of omens of destruction?
okay. That right there kind of gave me goosebumps to see that.
These two kids think they could steal my glory.
Yeah, but they aren't gonna. Will GorBad prove his intellectual might? Can he stand against Carl Franz, Skull Taker, and Golfag? Or will you plumb the depth of his genius? Thoughts, comments, was? Let us know in the comments below, or follow
Okay.
our links to wishlist now.
All right, hold on. Okay, so I would like to be the first to say I really, really love how CA transitions their cutscenes and stuff like that. That was really cool. Like it gave me goosebumps just seeing what do you call it, Goldfag come in and help out Carl like that. Because it just reminds me like I miss the old days of Total War where like you would ally with an what do you call it, a friend of me, right? And then you guys will just fight on the on battlefield, get like one foe or something like that. I miss those days back in old school Total War, and that kind of gave me that vibe. And I think that CA should they should keep doing that. That's what I feel like. Total War, I feel like this DLC is going to be a magnificent DLC, and I cannot wait for it to see more and what's going to happen with almost a destruction. Of course, with the patch stuff like that. I feel as though like this DLC actually makes me want to really do want to play like, all three factions to get an idea on what they are all about. Now, with that said, though, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this DLC. If you guys are excited for it, if you're not excited for it, let me know. Thank you guys for watching the video. I do appreciate that. You guys have a good one. Peace out. Much love, everybody.